You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Hey, this is Dick from Lone Star Community Radio. We have a big announcement for Lone Star Community Radio and our listeners. We have partnered with another TV station. That's right. You will be seeing Lone Star Community Radio content on KVQT, Channel 12 in the Houston area. Now is a great time to start a show or sponsor a show with Lone Star Community Radio. For more information on everything that is happening, visit us online at irlonestar.com or call the station at 936-647-3776 and leave a message. And we want to also wish everyone a safe and happy Thanksgiving.
There used to be a Graying Tower alone on the sea. You became
Good morning, everybody. It's 9:05. Mornings with Lone Star is started.
Mellow. We got a very white voices going on today.
We're going to be here till 11 o'clock tonight, or today. Man, about to say I go.
Yeah, bring the coffee.
I just committed to something I'm regretting. But good morning, everybody. The show is brought to you by Conroe Coffee and Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. And we're going to be hanging out till 11 a.m. here this morning. You can always catch our show online at irlonestar.com and through our Lone Star Internet Radio app on your mobile app store, or locally here in Conroe at Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. And then, of course, we podcast and YouTube all of our shows on our podcast channels on iTunes, Google Play, and, of course, YouTube. Boom.
Oh, yeah.
But we're back. We're having a good time. Jake has joined us.
I
Jake
did
from
not get the
Sports
memo
Talk.
that we were putting on our sexy voices today.
That's right.
No, I'm sick. So
Dick and Jake have the crew.
I hit it. No, I'm telling you, I was telling Jake this. It was really bizarre yesterday. I was feeling fine, and then it was almost like someone with a wand just said, sick.
Yep.
And like I started sneezing uncontrollably, probably about like 6 good sneezes, and then it started draining. And I'm like, great. And
So, yeah, I'm gonna make full advantage of my very white voice all day
yeah.
today.
I know. I didn't get the.
well, why would we need to send a memo? Would that give
Because
you?
Jake wants to sound sexy.
Because
like
then I
do.
can throw on my
Yeah.
sexy voice.
Oh, great.
Oh,
Well, our song today is Kiss from a Rose by Seal.
Have you been kissed by a rose?
And Charlie Rose.
He
has
kissed
been-
a lot of people. A lot of people got kissed by a rose.
You know, okay, so I was thinking about this, reading the article about him. Mm-hmm. And why do you think somebody, whoever's a journalist, just goes, oh, we got someone called in and says Charlie Rose did some bad stuff. And it's like, oh, okay, great. And then it's like, maybe there was more. And how did they send out a feeler that there's more without raising suspicion from other outlets? Because like 8 or more people have come forward all at the same time. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, are people just waiting? Like, okay, we got 2. Let's see how many more come our way in the next week or 2.
It could be putting out feelers. It could be, let's say, woman A who was harassed by him. She may put out on Facebook or scour some news headlines, call the old production office, put 2 and 2 together, and that puts them in touch with someone else. And then someone else is like the old Breck commercials, and they tell 2 people. And so this is the difference. It's a fine difference between what's happening with what's his name for the Alabama senator.
More?
Thank you. I had it's the allergy meds that are Skippy this morning. Watch Skippy drool in his coffee cup. Tune in to irlonestar.com. But those 8 just happen to come over a 30, 40 year period, and all of a sudden they magically have the same idea at the same time. I'm not commenting on his innocence, guilt, or anywhere in between. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
that's a 40-year. Hey, I think I'm going to suddenly do this. I think more and more, for the most part, women are being empowered, encouraged, less afraid to come forward. And I think it was yesterday, Dick and I were talking. So you missed a good one about a pattern. There's a difference between when one young C-list starlet says, "Oh, I got touched too. Look at me." Which may or may not have happened, but I'd take the women going up against Charlie Rose right now a little bit more seriously because it happened in this century, literally. The Moore stuff literally happened last century. but also their stories line up. There's a pattern forming. We were talking yesterday about the pattern. And then that I think that's what going to start. That's going to be the tipping point.
Well, I think those are the folks who are going to be the actual ones affected by this whole debacle. Is the folks who are just repeat abusers, and it's just going to be they're ruined in the business. And it's
going to be. This is going to sound funny, but it sounds horrible on some level. But let's say there was a single incident of harassment, or I don't even want to say assault or something, but someone grabbed someone on the boob or the hiney. And it was a one-off thing, and it wasn't an important person, either one. A C-list guy grabbed a C-list girl. They're going to, she's going to go to the news, and they're going to go, yeah, but we got Charlie Rose. Come back to us with some big news. And that's what's going to kind of separate.
Well, it's all, because what I'm imagining what it is people are going to see the commodity in it, and they're going to rate it. Oh, we've been running reports like this for 2 months now. This is how we have to make it sound like so we get the top of the top money.
Also, legally, there are only so many resources to go around, so you can get a class action. You got 8 women. That's 8 women at once instead of 8 separate trials. You got one, actually it'd be a mass action, not a class action because there aren't that many. But you got 8 women here for more, too. You got 8, like 3, 4, 8, something like that. I think it's like 3 or 4.
I think it's up to 5 now, isn't it?
Okay.
I think it's 5 in total.
So they can all combine their resources into one trial, which will help. And that's why legally it helps to have. How many claims do you have against you? One, back of the line,
back of the bus.
You got 18 women saying you do it. Well, you're kind of hosed, my friend. Let me take you on.
But but I think what Dick was kind of getting at was just why are they all pouring out at one time, sort of situation? And I understand that it's one brave woman spoke up, and now another brave woman can speak up.
Well, if you look at it, it really is controlling the narrative of what is being consumed on media. Traditionally, a story would last a day or two, and then we move on. I mean, probably the best example is the lack of the Las Vegas shooting ever being talked about now. Now they're doing the full investigation. We're probably not going to hear about it until next year, and somebody goes, hey, I've been working on this report
for the last year. Here's the smoking gun.
But and I think this is something that the news cycle is going to just hammer on until nothing comes from it. Like the first false flag is going to be announced, and it might be the Moore deal. I think the Moore deal has a little bit more to it than the Moore Alabama senator guy, because that voting is going on in like a week. So that's if he wins, that's kind of let everyone know what's really going on, because you can say an accuser, or he's a winner now, but no, he hasn't been proven. And then I wonder if he follows through suing people and they actually find out it's a false deal, it's going to be real dangerous.
Well, and that's what I was saying yesterday. Again, you missed it. If someone is falsely accused of something, I would like to think, if I was falsely accused of something, I would sell my house and my dog to pay for whatever resources would need to clear my name. I would not settle it under a gag.
Yeah, no, I would go all out.
So those who say this is preposterous and I'm suing, I give them a little bit more credence, because if you sue, then all the dirty laundry comes out on both sides. So, if I'm saying I'm suing you for accusing me, I know that there's going to be some unpleasant stuff raised about me in the upcoming litigation, discovery phase. I don't care. In other words, so what's more important to me is clearing my name. So those who say I'm going to sue, like Moore, I give them a tad more believability.
Well,
if he follows it through.
With the Moore situation, and you're having all these other Republicans come out and saying, hey, you need to, withdraw from the race. Do you think they're doing that because they think he's guilty, or they simply just don't want to lose this race?
They don't want to lose the race.
I think the fact that they're doing it together, there's definitely like a group text saying, hey, we got to get behind something right now. That way we know we're on the right side of justice when it finally comes down. And I think the same thing happened. It's really weird that the same thing happened to Donald Trump around this time, but in more
and also the dossier came out around this time.
Yeah, more condensed though, and it's just kind of like look at it now, and I think a lot of people whoever live in the area are seeing through it or something like that, because that's like we were talking about yesterday. This guy
you missed a lot, Jake.
This guy was running for. This isn't his first time to run for office.
No, I know,
so,
and he's been vocal about some very scandalous things, or not scandalous, but very hot button topics. He's been on the far right side of hot button topics.
Yeah, and it's but if you're running for office and you have those kind of skeletons, you think
by now
or something.
And there have been no payouts. And here's the thing: there's a very powerful Democrat, John Conyers, who's the leader of the Black Caucus, and he's been in Congress for forever. He is now been outed as a serial harasser, and there are records of payouts to people, or at least a woman, that actually didn't come. You know that Congress actually has a general fund for legal payouts on stuff like this.
Yeah, they released it though. It was like $15 million.
I know, it's insane. Well, this one came out of his own campaign account, $27,000. So when there's a payout, yeah, you know, I'm tending to again if someone's
it doesn't look good. On paper.
And I'm not saying A leads to B. Like I said yesterday, if you plead the fifth, that does not mean you're guilty necessarily. It means you just don't want to say something that could bite you. That's invoking the Fifth Amendment. To pay out someone doesn't necessarily mean you're guilty. It just means it's not worth the grief. You want it to go away. Sometimes you got to bulldoze a house.
Well, what do you think is going to end up with this Charlie Rose deal?
Oh, I think he's going to go the route of like Dan Rather, that he's going to be gone for a few years and he's going to pop up from time to time as a pundit and try to sell themselves as an expert. I think he kind of hosed himself on this one. If this turns out to be true, but his former co-hosts are already turning on him.
Yeah. He got kissed by a rose.
Yeah, they got kissed by a rose. He's
Listen to Morning's Lone Star, folks, here at IRLoneStar.com, worldwide, and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. Our show is sponsored by Conroe Coffee and Clean Sweep Office Cleaning in the Montgomery County area. We're going to take a quick sponsored break, and then we'll return. Don't forget, if you want to give us a song request for our music breaks, just call in 936-647-3776 or message on Facebook, MW Lone Star. We'll be back after these short sponsored messages.
A light hits the gloom on the grave. Yes, I can pay.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Between the Crichton Theater and the Owen Theater, Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with tasty treats and Italy's favorite coffee. Have your favorite coffee or just have a midday snack be personally delivered to you at any location in downtown Conroe. All you have to do is call 936-CONROE-C or 936-266-7632.
We'd like to thank our sponsor at Conroe Coffee for supporting Mornings with Lone Star and Lone Star Community Radio. Don't forget to check them out online at conroecoffee.com.
Clean Sweep Office Cleaning has been Montgomery County's business cleaning service since 2002, offering professional office cleaning in areas such as restroom, stairwells, elevator, floor care, pretty much every angle of your office. One-time cleaning is available, but you will want these guys back. Offering daily, weekly, monthly scheduled cleanings, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning works around your business needs. Schedule a cleaning today online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Good morning. This is Mornings with Lone Star. This is Barry White sitting in for Skippy, Dick, and Jay. Yeah, this is Skippy.
Welcome back.
I sound like Peter Brady from that episode where he hit puberty in the Brady Bunch.
What is that?
Oh my gosh, go away. You guys suck. I was telling people that Dick sounded like a 45 being played at 33, and I was returned with blank stares. So any listeners out there that, vaguely remember anything from the last millennium, give us a call.
Yeah, but like
I
thought you were talking age. And I was like, what does that have to do with that?
Well, that's what I thought too. I thought it was like a 45-year-old actor trying to play somebody who's 33. That's what I was thinking.
That was me a few years ago. No, unfortunately now I'm getting to play characters older than me, and I don't need to wear makeup anymore to do it. Played Ben Franklin once.
Well, I was going to say, the Ben Franklin story is good because you kind of do. You got the hairline for Franklin.
But 7 years previously, I'd had the John Adams hairline. It was really sad.
Wasn't Benjamin Franklin like a whore?
Oh, you betcha. And I played.
Well, he loved his horse.
No, you can be a guy. I guess let's not say that word anymore. Let's just
a man ho. A man ho.
A man. Womanizer?
He was a womanizer.
But he was not one who was afraid to pay for it either. So
Yeah, but
Hey, somebody had to put those girls through college.
I remember they were talking about when he would go visit other countries.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
There are lots of
I
vaguely.
think everybody did that, right?
France is filled with people who vaguely look like Ben Franklin. I'm just saying, is all.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, he was prodigious. He was not a womanizer. He was a prodigious womanizer.
Yeah.
He loved the ladies. Yes, he did.
He was a man of culture. That's
A man of culture. That's how to.
That's a good story there.
Yeah, Dick's looking up sexual proclivities of our forefathers. Holy cow! Look at that one. Hey, check this out.
Great transition.
Yeah, let's see if we can segue out of this one. So, Jake, check this out. For using the news headlines. So, this professor at Berkeley, UC Berkeley, his name is Stuart Russell. He's the computer science professor. He actually created this video, a what if video. It's not a fake video, but it's fictionalized. It's what if, where it's kind of imagining a world where nuclear weapons are replaced with mini drones that are programmed to kill with AI. And apparently, like, this technology exists. And this is kind of freaky to me because, growing up during the Cold War, I missed the 50s of, duck and cover, where they actually told school kids, hide under your desk and it'll protect you from the atomic fallout.
That'll do something.
That'll do it. But, I lived through the Cold War. We were just convinced we were going to go up in nuclear dust any day. But we also knew it was called mutually assured destruction, MAD. And that's why, why do you need enough weapons to blow up the world 50 times over? Because no one would be stupid enough to push the button. Because of that, there would be literally no winners.
It's just flexing your muscles.
It's flexing your muscles. So we got that. Deep down, we were scared of the nuclear bombs, but we got it that, chances are we would wake up the next morning A-okay. But with these drones, I don't know if you're like looking up the story to come along with me, but I'll talk you into it. You can program these drones to the size of like hummingbirds, like the palm of your hand, with ordnance and armaments to actually like find people and just kamikaze into their skulls and kill them and destroy the brain matter. And they say
that would be kind of scary to go outside.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They say that a $25 million payment could do enough of this with existing technology to wipe out half the city in a matter of moments. And so that's kind of freaky because people don't use nuclear weapons for the most part. We're the only country who has in a time of war. But because of the nuclear fallout, there's too much bad stuff. It's like, okay, I nuke you, but then I can't move in. So, there's no point nuking you.
Yeah, and I'm seeing here that I didn't realize this, that the United Nations, or there's some in the United Nations that are trying to basically create a global ban of autonomous weapon systems, which I didn't know that. I just assumed that was something that everybody was kind of comfortable with.
Because you can... Once you open the Pandora's box, you got to see what's in the bottom of it. And you got to take it to a logical conclusion that if we have a non-weapon thing, but an airplane that can fly by itself and take pictures and stuff, inevitably somebody's going to say, well, what if we strapped a bomb to it? And then what if we, add lasers to it?
But those things are still controlled by humans. Like they're still controlled by.
So when you're saying autonomous, you mean like programmed with AI,
correct?
Artificial intelligence,
pure AI, where it has no human controlling factor to it at all. Where it's just seeing a 2-year-old baby, and it recognizes human, therefore it kills.
Got it.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So rather than letting the women and children live, which
I'm Team Jake on that one. No, I agree with you.
Yeah, because the fact that there's no human, and you can say that, and you can sit there and you can say, oh, we'll program them to be as human-like as possible. It just, it for always and forever will be a cold-hearted robot.
Well, the problem is with the UN ban, it's just like, yeah, we're going to ban guns. Oh, good. No more bad guys. We'll get them then.
Well, no,
we're going to ban.
I completely understand. And it's trying to play the daddy figure where you shouldn't play with the rocks. It's like,
you had rocks. We had pebbles and we was thankful.
That's really funny. No, but that's an interesting story. You don't even consider something. Yeah, because when you have drones and stuff, I've got a drone and I love flying that thing. And it's awesome. But
I've got to buy one. More and more video clients are wanting, aerial footage, so I can either start hiring other people or just buy my own.
But you have to be really careful with them because they do actually cut you. Their blades are sharp enough to where they cut you.
Well, that's why my current drone, because reason number 42 why I love my wife, the only thing I wanted for Christmas last year was the USS Enterprise drone. and she got it for me. You know, the Starship Enterprise.
Yeah.
It's the most badass thing ever.
You are a nerd and a half.
Oh, it's so cool because the saucer, that's the blades in the saucer. So, you know.
Speaking of this and to transition, Star Trek.
Yeah.
Is there a piece of memorabilia for either one of y'all? Because both of y'all are Star Trek nerds, but is there a piece of memorabilia that, you know, is considered priceless for you guys? Like you would pay anything for it? An original artifact used during the show or?
Ooh, good question. Because I've actually got some Star Trek stuff that I bought a long time ago that I think if I kept them in the box, I'd be rich. But I played with them. You know, like the original phaser from Next Generation. I got it for $20. Now it's worth, you know, a few. Pristine is worth a few thousand.
Really?
I'm sure mine's probably worth 40 now because I was, you know, it's all beat up and stuff, and batteries died and leaked in it. And a Star Trek. Well, I'll tell you what. When I went to the Smithsonian Institution, I had spent a weekend in DC last winter, and I'm trudging through the snow. It is like the coldest I've ever been in my existence. It is like outer space cold. And I'm trudging from my hotel through the snow, and I'm like, okay, I got 3 hours. I want to hit stuff. And it took so long. I didn't realize the Smithsonian was like different museums.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I thought it was like one big thing. No. So I was stopping the American history one. I look at Archie Bunker's chair and stuff like that. And I'm like, where's the Space Museum? They point me out, and I go running in, and you have to like empty out your pocket to go through the metal detectors. And I'm like telling the guy, look, I need the Starship Enterprise. Where's the Starship? And he's like, sir, this is not a science fiction. Oh, you got the Enterprise here. And he pointed it out, and I was there long enough just to grab some photos of it. I would want that. I would kill to have that.
Anything, Dick? Any sort of memorabilia?
I'm not a material kind of person.
I guess that is pretty accurate. The reason why I bring it up is because a family they were cleaning out Grandma and Grandpa's house after they had passed away, and they found 7 Ty Cobb. Y'all know who Ty Cobb is? Famous baseball player. Dick's looking at me with a blank stare.
Even I know this one.
Ty Cobb, famous, one of the greats, and they found 7 of his 1909 to 1911 released baseball cards. Only 22 known in existence.
Those were tops, weren't they?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Only 22 known in existence, and the 7 combined, they sold them off for just over $3 million.
I believe that.
So I didn't know, like from a baseball standpoint, that doesn't shock me, but you know, if a original Star Phaser went for $2,000, that shocks me because it's a toy. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. What is a baseball card?
I agree. I understand, but that was a passion and a lifestyle for those kids growing up in that generation.
What is Star Trek?
A thing that nerds do.
A passion and a lifestyle people chose to do.
No, I agree. It's just.
I think a Da Vinci painting yesterday went for like 400 million.
Yeah.
And I would have been all over that. Hey, Dick, have you been catching up still with the Orville? Mm-hmm. You liking it at all?
Yeah, it's really good. It's enjoyable.
No.
Did you
hear me talking about it the other day?
Yeah.
It was.
I just haven't got it. I've got other things I'm watching right now.
Right. No, thoroughly enjoying it. Much better than. Unfortunately, my DVR's racking up. I haven't been home in a while. So.
No, the movie I'm reviewing on the Ticket Stuff Thursday is I watched Arrival.
Oh, that's the
I heard that was really bad.
I hear it made you think.
Well,
it
was one of those movies that like 90% of watching it was really enjoyable, and then the end happened, and like when the end, it's so hard to sell those kind of movies because it is one of those movies that kind of makes you think, and you're along for the ride and the mystery, and you're like, oh, this is really cool. And then the ending doesn't quite explain what was happening at the end. Like, it didn't really conclude anything. And then it did, but it was such a sad conclusion in the sense of, like, it was just kind of like, oh, do you want to go to get some coffee at the end of the day? Okay. And that's, like, the end. And you're like, okay, well, there's that. And that was a waste of 2 hours I was watching. But, you know, a movie I did see, and it was somewhat enjoyable, was the Lego Batman movie.
Oh, it is great.
I hear it's great. I'm trying to sell my wife on the Lego movies.
I was trying to figure out if it had a plot because I felt like every single thing on it was a joke. Like even the music in the show was a joke. And it happened so fast. It was almost like it was perfect for the ADD kid. Mm-hmm. And it just kept happening the whole movie.
Well, did you see the Lego movie?
No, I did not.
Okay, so it's very similar. The Lego movie has more of a plot, but it's still very similar as in it's like 5 seconds at a time that you've got to just be
Yeah, because
paying attention
like
to.
in the Batman movie, it did have a good kid theme. You know, how to treat each other and all that kind of stuff. I liked it. But then it was just weird that Batman was involved because it wasn't really Batman.
No.
But then they did enough Batman things to remind you it was Batman. I don't know how to explain it. Like it did not feel like a Batman movie to me.
No, it's not like your traditional, you know, if anything, it relates more to the really awful 1982, I think it was, Batman.
That wasn't awful. Batman Returns? Are you serious?
1982, the one that's like goofy with Robin. It's got Robin in it.
Okay.
Or do I got my years mixed up?
Well, here's the
Yeah,
thing.
you got your ears mixed up. Robin wasn't in the 1980s.
Well, yeah. Well, he does. Chris. What's his name?
O'Donnell?
Yeah, Chris
But
O'Donnell.
that wasn't in the 80s.
Yeah, that was the 90s.
Okay,
but you also
90s.
had the 60s one with Burt Ward and Adam West. They actually did a movie version of that.
But if you watch it, the thing I question about that kind of movie is in 20 years, no one's going to get half the jokes because a lot of them were
Think about all those, scary movie and stuff like that. The ripoffs, or the Naked Gun movies, stuff like that. So many of them.
If you didn't see them in the heart of their time, you're not gonna. It's not gonna be.
It's just the difference because you have like Airplane, which is timeless, and it truly is. And here's the thing: what a lot of people don't know is Airplane is actually based on a real serious movie called 0 Hour with an exclamation point. And what happened was the Abrams brothers, they liked watching the late night movies. And they had an early days VHS. So, back in the old days, they showed the old movies late at night, all night long. And they came across this movie called 0 Hour, which is this airplane, and both the pilots eat fish. And so a former pilot who lost his squadron in World War II has to take over the plane. And they're like, oh, wow, we want to show this. And then they thought we could, without barely changing any of the dialogue, refilm it. So they bought the rights to it and remade it as an Airplane. So what you do, watch 0 Hour. I'm sure it's on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
But get a bottle of your drink of choice and a shot glass. And every time there's an airplane, a hospital, what is it? They actually have these things. It's just the punchlines that they've added.
It's just a little slightly different.
We need someone who can fly a plane who didn't eat the fish. All these things are truly, or the guy flashing back to, I've got to concentrate.
I've never seen Airplane. I'm gonna have to go.
Oh, you haven't seen? Oh, you got to see Airplane.
I have to go watch it.
It's timeless because it's got a lot of jokes like that, but they're not present day, as it were.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, what did you call
culture.
them? Pop culture references.
Right.
Well, I mean, that Lego movie was filled with it.
Yeah, very much so. Very much.
And more of them are, if you notice that, like I said, the scary movie ones, and you get a movie like 300.
Yeah, but scary movies not necessarily for kids. Like, what other kids movie has like modern day pop references? Like, I'm the only other one I can think of would be Shrek Far, Far
The
Away.
Emoji Movie.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Oh God, I
saw it.
cannot believe you saw it willingly.
I lost a bet.
You'd have to lose a major bet on that one.
I did. That's called the Ticket Stub game.
You always lose.
I
those.
feel for you, my young friend.
Well, we got to take a break here, folks. You're listening to Morning's Lone Star. Thank you so much for joining us. We are going to take a music break here. If you have a song request, we still have a couple more of those music breaks, and we can play what you request. 936-647-3776. And, of course, on Facebook, MW Lone Star. Today's show is brought to you by Conroe Coffee in downtown Conroe. And, of course, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning for your office cleaning needs in the Montgomery County area. Thanks for joining us right now. We'll be back in a short bit.
My power, my pleasure, my pain, baby.
Remember to download the Lone Star Community Radio app from your Google Play Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM 104.5, 106.1. If you are on your computer, bookmark irlonestar.com as your internet radio station. Lone Star Community Radio broadcasting 24/7 from the heart of downtown Conroe, Texas.
Clean Sweep Office Cleaning has been Montgomery County's business cleaning service since 2002, offering professional office cleaning in areas such as restroom, stairwells, elevator, floor care, pretty much every angle of your office. One-time cleaning is available, but you will want these guys back. Offering daily, weekly, monthly scheduled cleanings, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning works around your business needs. Schedule a cleaning today online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question or comment about one of our shows? Just contact the station on irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with Lone Star Community Radio.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Between the Crichton Theater and the Owen Theater, Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with tasty treats and Italy's favorite coffee. Have your favorite coffee or just have a midday snack be personally delivered to you at any location in downtown Conroe. All you have to do is call 936-CONROE-C or 936-266-7632.
We'd like to thank our sponsor at Conroe Coffee for supporting Mornings with Lone Star and Lone Star Community Radio. Don't forget to check them out online at conroecoffee.com.
A light hits the gloom on the grave.
Welcome back to Mornings with Lone Star. If you enjoyed that music break. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Conroe Coffee and Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Sitting here with me this morning is Jake from Sports Talk and Skippy, my morning co-host. We're going to be here till 11 o'clock. So join in on the conversation on Facebook, MW Lone Star, or call in 936-647-3776. We will be here tomorrow, but we won't be here Thursday or Friday.
Are we going to be doing the best of show we've been talking about?
I don't know yet. I haven't really figured out
Skippy.
how we want to do that, because our show format's not really a talk show format, because we play music.
It's a conversational format.
It's a moving conversation.
The movable feast. I like that. I still got my Barry White voice thing.
Yeah.
I got to call some women up with this.
Tonight is tonight is the Houston Dynamo first leg playoff.
Yep.
Ooh.
So that's gonna be
Excited
fun
about
against
that.
the Seattle Sounders.
Who is there like Dynamo TV who will show this?
I think Fox has the cup.
Yeah, has the playoffs.
Has the playoffs.
Well, no, I take that back. I know ESPN is doing the championship. I know that for a fact.
Long story short, there won't be a blackout, right? I will
Did
be
you
able
know
to watch
Jake
it on
is
TV.
just full of facts?
He is. He's like the sports guy. In fact, I was coming up with some sports stuff, I think, yesterday, and I was like, where's Jake? I need him to tell me if I'm
Well,
talking.
hey Jake, what do you feel about this LeVar Ball? I think it's all conspiracy. I think LeVar Ball and Donald Trump are having a little go in the media today. Like they called and they're like, "Hey, let's just screw with everybody."
Well, you're talking about two egos that want to be in the spotlight at all times.
I think it's true.
And both of them are, especially Trump. Trump has not been in the headlines very much as of late. And so I think it's kind of one of those things where.
You think people would be coming out of the woodwork and saying he harassed me, but you think they just blew all that?
That's the whole thing. I mean,
before the
I don't want to say,
election?
shot their load, but.
Yeah. But no, the LeVar Ball has been on TV this week.
Yeah.
And I think it's a conspiracy.
well, I'm leaning more towards Jake because I'm catching up on this. I didn't know about the one of the shoplifting college basketball players was the son of this guy, LeVar Ball.
Correct.
And that LeVar Ball also owns his company that he's been pimping every chance he gets.
Big Baller Brand.
I hope you have a good Thanksgiving because we at Big Baller Brand are going to have a great Thanksgiving. I mean, this is how he's doing his interviews now. He's starting to pimp his company. So I'm kind of leaning more towards the president on this one. Of course, the president got involved because he's like, oh, this is not like a kid who got caught stealing candy at the corner store, and Officer Bob brought him home, and he's like, Officer Bob, I'll take a switch and I'll handle this. This was an international diplomatic incident.
Well, now I understand the international factor of it, but do you think if Trump isn't just happens to be going to China this time, if he's not in Asia,
Those guys would still be over there.
yeah, I agree.
Flat out, and they would be looking at because China.
And you know what LeVar Ball would be doing? President Trump, you need to go get my son out of jail.
Exactly. That's the whole thing. It was because, now they're saying, well, if he'd actually done anything, he wouldn't have to say anything about it. Of course he did, because they were taking it at face value. And Trump is a megalomaniac, and he is a narcissist, and he wants to be the center of the universe. And you know what? To me, that's kind of like my mom would choose a doctor. I don't like his bedside manner. Mom, he's the best at what he does. Yeah, but he thinks he's God. I'm like, good. I want a guy that thinks he's God operating on
my
me.
doctor confident.
Yeah, I want a guy walking in and going, I'm feeling kind of good about. I don't want Woody Allen operating on me. Okay, I want someone just walks in, kicks in the door. I want Commander Riker, kind of bursting the door open with his chest and saying,
There's certain situations where you look at it, and it's like, man, you got some big grapefruits over there, and you're throwing them in our face, and it's kind of a bit much. But then other times it's it's just to be expected. This is what you come to love and know about Trump. So
well, that's the thing. There's a personal hatred of him by so many that they're like, I would rather have a white hot poker rammed up my nose than to acknowledge that he had anything to do to save my son.
Well, yeah, but why can't
anything good.
I understand if you are if you're a Republican and you dislike Trump, or if you're a liberal and you dislike Trump, but why can't you separate this specific incident from the overall body of work and say, yeah, hey, he did something good here on this?
Absolutely agree with you on that. And, I was saying, Trump thing, let's take it back 6 years and you had people on the other side of the aisle. They would rather just, eat a bullet than give President Obama any credit on anything, that there were.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of the beer summits and stuff, but there were things Obama did that I was like, yeah, okay. Because this is what a president's supposed to do. And this whole ball thing, these guys shoplifted in a foreign country. They're not victims here. Okay. They were bad guys. Now on a scale of 1 to 10, not too high up that scale, but it did take presidential intervention. There was no indication from China whatsoever that they would have released these people or work with America, because tensions were really tense between China and America, which prompted Trump going over there.
Yeah. And that was the whole reason why he was there. And I really think that they got lucky that he was on a plane flight already there. Practically, they were, I think, 2 hours shy of landing and everything like that. And, and it's one of those things where everybody's got their right to have a certain feel about the Trump or whoever the president is. I mean, I completely agree with that factor. I'm one who, maybe I don't agree with everything Obama did while he was in office, but he's also my commander and leader, and
he was the duly elected president.
I support him and hopefully he will make the correct decisions for the time that he's in the office to better America. And I don't agree with everything Trump does, but I'm hoping that his 4 or 8 years in office are going to bring the best possible results for this country. And it's just funny that if you heard about this lady down in Fort Bend County, which is over out in Fulshire, Katy area, with the truck. Dick, did you hear about this?
We talked much about her yesterday.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah.
Jake, you missed it all.
I missed it all yesterday. That's just one of those things where, do you have to go that far?
Well,
really?
This was my stance on it. This was cracking me up. So all the people on Facebook and all the news outlets who were like kind of team this woman going, yeah, she should be able to say this F word that we can't say because we know we will get punished for it because you don't say it in public venues.
There are children
they blip
driving
out
around.
Well, did you see the interview yesterday? I was talking about how she slipped in. She has 10 kids.
Yeah.
Well, then it turns out she has that warrant for
her arrest.
for welfare fraud.
Oh, was that what the fraud was? Okay, there you go.
I'm telling you, these.
But you got this state representative who's already hopping on board with her, and I'm like, dude, you just made the wrong call. You got to wait to see, do your vetting on this gal.
Well, come on. Before you even get on board with this gal, you have to know that if she's got the lady huevos to go out and do this,
now the sheriff, absolutely. I think he overstepped his bounds slightly by saying,
of course.
But you don't say it. And so every news outlet is blipping out, though. You see the F and then everything else is hazy. And then they're saying, well, the word, the F word, they can't say it because they know you don't say it in public venues and there are repercussions if you do. And, so I put out an invitation to every Facebook person who's like, yeah, this woman has a right to say it. Fine. Go into a church, go into an elementary school and start screaming it out. Hold up a big sign with all 4 letters right there on the street corner. I dare, please.
And add Trump to it.
Allow me to support you in this, or maybe there are ramifications of your actions.
I want to know where she got the sticker made.
Well, that's not hard.
That's not hard?
No.
Oh, especially, yeah.
You got the internet, man. You can just order on the internet.
No, I understand that, but
I'm sure there's www.ftrump.com out there by now.
I'm sure, but it's still to make a car sticker that big and with that much detail, because it didn't just stop there.
I wonder if like companies like Vistaprint have an automated thing where you write in what you want it to say,
I'm
and
sure.
then they'll be like, "Oh, that's it. That's wrong."
There's Vistaprint. There's also the other one. Oh, what's it called? Where you can get T-shirts and coffee mugs. Theaters.
You know
do
what
it
we
all
should
the time.
do? We should go next door to the branding iron and ask them how far will they go with their print.
Well, that's what I mean. Where did companies make the moral stand in saying, "Hey, we're not going to print"?
I
the
doubt they
F-word?
have a moral. Why would they need to have a moral stance? It's a paying job, and they don't. I mean, it's not illegal to.
Remember, nowadays you're not legally allowed to have a moral stance because if you're a baker, remember the whole the gay bakery thing, which is just. And again, that bakery was targeted by that couple for that very purpose. So, like, what's the most Christian baker around? Okay, we're going to force them to do this.
Where did that turn out? Was it in favor of the baker in the end? Like they appealed it though.
I'll double check, but from what I heard, I know they appealed it, but I think the appeal was upheld. That they had to do it.
I'm looking right.
And here's the thing: legally, that's a different issue altogether. But the couple that did it, it's just like if I went to a bakery run by pacifist hippie, LGBT friendly, you name it, and then told them you have to make me a swastika cake. And of course, they'd be the first ones going, no. It's got to go both ways, and hypocrisy is just drives me up the wall. I try to avoid it every chance I get myself. I'm human. I make mistakes, but I'm telling you, when it's taken our way or no way, I want to throat punch somebody.
Want to throw somebody.
Metaphorically speaking, of course. I'm not condoning violence on my fellow man.
I don't know. I could probably throw punches.
So LeVar Ball's big baller thing. What's the company?
I'm on a website, the Washington Times.
That's unbiased.
Is it? I don't know. I don't know what this is, but they say on September 7th, 2017, the Justice Department has sided with the Christian baker who refused to make a wedding cake for a same-sex couple.
Sorry, what day did that go down?
September 7th this year.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was busy,
filing a
flooded.
brief Thursday in the Supreme Court backing the baker.
Awesome. I totally missed that because of Harvey, but that's...
And as much as I everybody's got the right to their own opinion, and that's, if you're a private business and you choose not to serve someone, I mean, that's just one of those things. I'm not going to... It would be like me making a hissy fit about a bar stopping and serving me because I'm too intoxicated. That's just one of those things.
Well, I think there was a case for that. Not for the intoxication, but it was like the guy like Donald Trump, he wore a Trump hat. And the guy said, we can't serve you here.
We don't serve your kind in here.
It's the right, if they want to lose that customer.
Here's the fine line. Now, let's say someone walked in without a Trump hat, but they had one leg. We don't serve your kind in here. For some reason, the owner thinks that if you lose a limb, you're not a full person.
You're not a full person.
A person is a head, a brain, 2 arms, and 2 legs, and anything less than any of that, then you're an animal, you're a vegetable, you're subhuman. So there has to be a discrimination.
So where do you draw the line, though?
Oh man, good question.
Because you can take it as far as you have to serve everybody, no matter what, no matter who comes in, or you can take it as far as you have the freedom to choose who you serve and who you don't serve.
That's why more and more private clubs are doing, they're actually resurging on both sides of the aisle for that reason. It's incumbent on the shop owner. I'm trying to collect my thought here on this so it'll make sense. It goes back to the protest thing. Across the way, Christian, our barista of the morning, he has every right to protest whatever he wants. But if I go in and order my morning coffee from Conroe Coffee and Christian just decides to take a knee and say, no, I protest, and I don't get my coffee, then he's fired.
Yeah.
Now, if I go to him and say, I want coffee, and he says, well, you're old and you're old and white and you're responsible for all the world's problems. So as an old white man, I refuse to serve you. That's not a protest. That's discrimination. That's age discrimination and race discrimination. I actually have legal standing.
Yeah. Okay. Which that makes sense to me. And just like whole body people, they shouldn't be able to say you've got, you're missing a leg, therefore I'm not going to serve you.
Well, I'm going to be incredibly unfair on you here, Jake. So in university, one of my minors was philosophy. Because nice little BS course. How hard can it be, right? Oh my golly. So like the first question, I think we were doing metaphysics or epistemology, and it was, what makes a man? Define what makes a man.
Yeah.
Separates him from everything else. Soul. Well, what is that? Dogs have souls. And it was down to if you chop off a man's arms and legs, is he still a man? Well, yes. Because there's like, someone who's got the ability to move. Okay, you remove their, you sever their spine or something.
As long as he can still do the function of a man, which is to think independently for himself.
Okay, so here we go. Someone's in a motorcycle accident. They're in a vegetative state. They're in a coma. There's no alpha pattern going on. Okay, but their lungs are still working. Their heart's still working. They're now no longer a man. Because now we got to add in the legal aspect of that.
Well,
see, there aren't, and that's the thing. There are no easy answers to that. But I mean, this is like day one of philosophy 101 was
but I also
define that.
Yeah, but I also don't want to create a situation where anybody and everybody can. I don't want to take it on a case by case situation either, because if you do it on a case by case situation, you know how much legal money that comes out of all that. At the end of the day, it's way too much. You can't.
Exactly. And there are also no easy answers. Now, the day that the soul is like verified or proven scientifically or something, that would open up a whole new legal realm.
A new realm of things.
A new realm for, what's death, what's life.
I will not serve soulless
Roe
people.
v. Wade would be re-examined.
If souls are real and you can really sell them to the devil, would then you would no longer be...
How much wood
could a woodchuck chuck?
Hey, woodchucks and groundhogs are the same animal.
Well, did you know that a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Oh, but since a groundhog and a woodchuck are the same animal, you can say how much ground could a groundhog ground if a groundhog could ground?
Nice.
You like that?
Well played.
I've been saving that one up.
Well
I was going to
played,
save it for
sir.
February on Groundhog Day. But
Well played.
Thank you.
You could do that again. Nobody.
And that was on allergy drugs too. Woo!
It's a loopy morning here on Mornings Alone.
It is Tuesday, right? Yeah, Tuesday morning.
He cut my mic off for a second.
That it did. I accidentally hit it. Sorry about that.
Yeah, he was trying to hit mine.
You're listening to Mornings with Lone Star. We got to take a break, a quick music break, or an extended music break. If you got song requests, you got one more music break after this. Let us know, 936-647-3776, or MW Lone Star on Facebook. Don't forget, folks, we will be back. We got one more hour left, so join us, and we're going to have some fun after a while. This show is brought to you by Conroe Coffee in downtown Conroe, Texas, and also Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. We'll be back after a couple songs.
Clean Sweep Office Cleaning has been Montgomery County's business cleaning service since 2002, offering professional office cleaning in areas such as restroom, stairwells, elevator, floor care, pretty much every angle of your office. One-time cleaning is available, but you will want these guys back. Offering daily, weekly, monthly scheduled cleanings, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning works around your business needs. Schedule a cleaning today online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Between the Crichton Theater and the Owen Theater, Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with tasty treats and Italy's favorite coffee. Have your favorite coffee or just have a midday snack be personally delivered to you at any location in downtown Conroe. All you have to do is call 936-CONROE-C or 936-266-7632.
We'd like to thank our sponsor at Conroe Coffee for supporting Mornings with Lone Star and Lone Star Community Radio. Don't forget to check them out online at conroecoffee.com.
You're listening to Mornings with Lone Star with Barry White, Dick, Skippy, and Jim. This is Barry White. I wonder what seal sounds like. Could that have been a seal voice? When he talks?
What do you mean?
Seal, the sings the song.
Yeah.
What does he sound like when he could my be Barry White's voice? Could I have said this is Seal?
I don't know.
And
Maybe he doesn't talk. Maybe he just sings.
Oh, cool. Then I can say this is Seal, and I listen to Dick and Skippy in the mornings on Mornings with Lone Star, and then we can use that as.
And then they'll be like, "No, he doesn't. All he does is sing. He doesn't even speak."
Oh, he spoke for us, prove us wrong. So that's my thought. So yeah, Jake and I during the break, we've been trying to figure out if we are indeed men or not. What have we come up with, Jake? Are we men?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a great philosophical conversation. It's great. And, Jake took some, matriculated with some college courses in philosophy too. So we
that's what us liberal art majors do.
Yeah, that's right. give them your liberal arts battle cry. Would you like fries with that? But
oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah, so we were kind of bouncing back and forth, and of course, with philosophy, there are no easy answers. What makes man? Well, the ability to speak. Well, dogs speak, dolphins speak. Well, Jake came up with independent thought, and it's great to just kind of delve into that.
It's a fun subject as long as you get it with the right group or the right individual. Because if someone tries to take definite nature to it, it's not. You can't. A lot of the stuff can't be proven.
And there's always that one idiot that does that, and I'll give you like an example. I'll bring it back to Star Trek. So many years ago, it was like 1988 or 89 because Next Generation had just started, and I was in Dallas at this convention. And this was before the days of the Comic-Con and stuff. It was just a Star Trek convention, and they had like Brent Spiner and Marina Sirtis there, and that was pretty cool listening to them. And but they had James Doohan, who played Scotty in the original.
Yeah.
Now he came out when Next Generation first came out. The original cast, Takai and Doohan and everyone was like, "Hey, no, we're Star Trek. These are posers." But they all pretty much ended up on Next Generation eventually. But Doohan was still kind of on the fence about it, and you can tell he had some sour grapes that he and what's his name, William Shatner, did not get on at all.
No,
I mean, you could tell. But Doohan was a fascinating guy. He was a Royal Air Force pilot in World War II.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, lost a finger on his right hand, his ring finger on his right hand. And he actually talked about the drinking game, Star Trek drinking game, that every time he hides his hand, because Roddenberry didn't want people to think you could have missing limbs or missing digits in the 23rd century, you take a drink. Every time he uses his left hand or hides it, and that's why he'd always hold his hand like that. But anyhow, so he opened up the question and answer period. And it was just nerd central. We were nailing, your favorite director, worst moment, this and that. He's nailing it. It's great chemistry going on. He's tracking with the audience. And then some idiot in the back who, obviously lived in his mother's basement and ate Domino's 6 days a week. So, okay, in Star Trek 4 is Voyage Home. When you're on that Mac and you got the, you got the GUI to come up so quick, which hotkeys did you use? Because I've been trying to duplicate, based on the frame-by-frame analysis of the movie. I'm serious. He's like doing that, and you just saw the whole room just collectively went, "Oh God,
who let this geek in here?"
And Doohan just looks at him, and like for 30 seconds doesn't say a thing. Is like, "It's a movie, lad. It's a movie." But you could tell he was like, "Please God, we were having such fun." And it was like you're driving down the freeway, you're in third, and you're trying to shift into fourth. And you accidentally shift into first by accident, or even reverse. That's what that was. I just thought I'd throw that in there.
Wait, cars used to not be automatic?
I know.
There was
that's like the millennial anti-theft device is just having a standard transmission. What the hell is this?
No. My first car was a stick.
I love stick. You can't find them anymore. I mean, do they even like make them anymore?
Yeah, they make them.
Where?
Yeah, in supercars.
Supercars.
Oh, yeah, all sports car. Pretty much every sports car you have to get in manual.
So I gotta, right. But do you want a sports car with a little gear shift on?
No, I don't want the paddle
wheel?
shifters. No, that's not cool. Paddle shifters are for
paddle shifters are for actual racers. That's what they use in like Formula One.
Yeah,
and
okay, I understand for Formula One, that's a different conversation altogether. But I'm talking about the sports car guy that's driving around with paddle shifters. You like, look at me go,
I think
bro.
that's all you can get Ferraris and stuff in now.
But those even
are those not
clutch?
sport car?
Those don't require the paddle shifters on.
No,
on a BMW, and
that's not a supercar. I'm talking like a Ferrari and like the high.
So like an Audi A7 is not a supercar.
No, a supercar would be like a Bugatti.
Yeah, luxury. You're thinking luxury. He's thinking like the.
I mean, Holly's Camry has the paddles.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
So,
of.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking of. That's not.
Hey, I had a spoiler on my Yugo. Does that count?
Did you put baseball cards in your spokes?
Yes, did you see that Tesla?
They were Ty Cobbs
supercar they announced.
You got the what supercar?
The Tesla.
Tesla.
You see that? It's like 0 to 16. Like, is it 1.9?
Yeah, it's like less than.
And when would anybody need that?
every day.
Hey, I don't care how fast I can get from 0 to 60. I care how fast I can get from 90 to 55 when I see the cop.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's all I care about.
You missed it. You guys both missed that in America, the 55 maximum speed limit.
Yeah, the governators on it, like you really couldn't. The car couldn't.
The cars could go over because there's actually a lawsuit. They started coming out with cars that could only do that. Like, no, there would be situations to go faster. But yeah, federally across the America, across the United States, 55 maximum.
Yeah, but couldn't you take those governors out? Couldn't you take the little?
Well, no, not even the governor. No, if you got caught going 60.
Oh, yeah, of course.
If arrested, pulled over and ticketed.
Of course.
Oh, I do not miss those. It took forever because that was when my son lived in Austin, and on weekends I'd go get him.
Yeah, back before they had any other form of getting to Austin, it was like you had to go 10 to
71
to 71 in LaGrange.
And what it is, I had one of those little TV VCR combos with a car adapter, so I'd have a little in-flight movie for him for the drive back and stuff.
We had those too,
but that was like 55 miles an hour, and that would like drive me crazy. And then because he lived there for 3 years, so for the first year or so, it was 55, and then they finally got rid of the whole ban on, you could take it up to however you wanted to. It would get up to like 65 or 70. And because the reason why I'm remembering this is why I'm playing in my head that 22-year-old, and that's when that was.
Oh, so
because you go through LaGrange at that point.
Follow-up story. Anything on that?
I talked to a lawyer friend who's just like, hey, they want like $500 for this. Surely I know someone who could call the office over there and get that. Don't I? So I'll keep you posted. Right now, Skippy O's, he's got a couple of there are no warrants out, but
just
he's got a couple outstanding citations.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so
that's good.
Maybe I could do a GoFundMe.
I think that woman's doing a GoFundMe. The F Trump.
Is
she has a GoFundMe.
For what?
For whatever. I don't know.
To pay off her warrant.
Yeah, so she can pay off her 10 kids.
I did like they had a conference yesterday about it, like in front of the courthouse or whatever.
Well, didn't the sheriff say there's just no talking reasonably with this woman? He's like, I tried, and you just can't have a reasonable discourse with her. So he said, this is my last.
Well, she added another sticker.
Yeah, and then after that, that's when he said, there's no point even trying to talk to this woman. She won't listen. She won't listen to reason.
So. Cool.
I'm hearing music. And
I know we got to take a quick sponsor break, folks.
Don't
we'll be
pay
back.
her GoFundMe. Pay mine.
Yeah. So you're listening to Mornings Lone Star, irlonestar.com, brought to you by Conroe Coffee, and of course, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. We'll be back here in a short bit.
Our talk shows and music shows are looking for sponsors. Want to expand your brand awareness? Reach the hyper-local audience in Montgomery County? Lone Star Community Radio sponsorships accomplish this. Want to see our stats and rates? Check out irlonestar.com/sponsor for more information. Or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776 with your questions. Get seen on TV, YouTube, and heard on our podcast, FM, and internet radio. Support your local radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
Clean Sweep Office Cleaning has been Montgomery County's business cleaning service since 2002, offering professional office cleaning in areas such as restroom, stairwells, elevator, floor care, pretty much every angle of your office. One-time cleaning is available, but you will want these guys back. Offering daily, weekly, monthly scheduled cleanings, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning works around your business needs. Schedule a cleaning today online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question or comment about one of our shows? Just contact the station on irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with Lone Star Community Radio.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Between the Creighton Theater and the Owen Theater, Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner along with tasty treats and Italy's favorite coffee. Have your favorite coffee or just have a midday snack be personally delivered to you at any location in downtown Conroe. All you have to do is call 936-CONROE-C or 936-266-7632.
We'd like to thank our sponsor at Conroe Coffee for supporting Mornings with Lone Star and Lone Star Community Radio. Don't forget to check them out online at conroecoffee.com.
You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW and 106.1 KZCC Conroe, and worldwide on the irlonestar.com.
Roses in bloom, a light hits the gloom.
It's Mornings with Lone Star with Seal.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you
Welcome
saw, we're
back.
going to wait for that last line to come out. We're waiting for great.
No, I cut it off. Didn't care. Welcome back, Mornings with Lone Star, here at Lone Star Community Radio, irlonestar.com, worldwide, and of course, Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, talking anything, really. I mean, we're digging deep.
Yeah, we
today.
hit a lot of spectrum.
We got
this
into
morning.
philosophy and stuff, and Jake and I determined that, in group situations, there's always that one idiot. And there always is that one idiot, and look around, and if you don't see him, chances are it's you. Fair warning.
Jake, do you see him?
See what? No,
This is what?
I was reading an article, the Whitefish folks, who were the two men who did the proposed job for Puerto Rico's restoring power.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're halting it because they claim that they owe $89 million. Puerto Rico does.
Oh, that's cool. Hey, remember John Patterson, who was in the studio a few weeks ago for Aid Puerto Rico now?
Yeah.
He's back. He actually, right after our interview, like 3 days later, he went over there, spent a month over there, almost a month.
Okay.
And he and I had a long conversation. I actually just put a video camera on him, let him start talking about his experiences. He's like going on about the devastation. Just there's no way to describe it without being there. He's like, you can read about it, you can see it on TV, but these people, they have no roofs. He said the buildings themselves were cool because they were like reinforced concrete, but the roofs are gone. So he's like, it's a sea of just blue tarps everywhere. That there are different aid groups out there that actually like steal from each other. They're so desperate to get to their people with supplies or food or stuff. They will actually raid other warehouses and camps and stuff. He said, so for the aid side, it's really hardcore. He said, but the people are like the nicest and most understanding. He told me this one quick story where they had some water, and there was this village that was off the beaten track. It like took them like 3 hours just to walk there because Jeeps couldn't go through, and they were schlepping some gallons of water with him. And John met the village elder, and who didn't speak a lick of English, and John doesn't speak a lick of Spanish. And so they're through pantomime, John's trying to say, hey, we've got water for you. Please take our water. The guy's like, oh, uno momento. Runs into his house and brings out like half dozen water bottles and starts giving them to John, and basically imparts, this is all I have left, but if you guys are thirsty. He was giving John that he thought, and John's like, he broke down at that point, realizing how awesome these people were. So, I'd love to have him back on the air at some point. He can kind of do a follow-up because Puerto Rico is still pretty.
He rubbed me the wrong way.
Did he rub you the wrong way?
Yeah, just one of those things.
His-
Couldn't put the finger on it.
Is like a Weinstein rub?
No.
Did he refuse to rub you the wrong way?
That's
Did he
you.
rub you the
That's
right way?
you.
That's how do you think I got this gig, man? I'm telling you, playing Sigmund Freud was the only time I was on a couch after I got the role. Ba-dum boom. Hey,
You know they added Oliver Stone to the list, right?
no, that's new.
Yeah, apparently Melissa Gilbert, the actress.
Oh, Laura Ingalls, Little House
Yeah.
on the Prairie. Really?
Yeah.
When did they hook up?
Probably like 2 years, like too long ago.
Oh, she was the president of
She said in the 1991
SAG.
film The Doors.
Okay.
So-
Interesting to see about that. But yeah, no, Melissa Gilbert, for the longest time, she was the president of Screen Actors Guild, the union.
Mm-hmm.
So interesting. Hey, here's something a little bit like more local. We were, the Ark Church in Conroe.
Yeah.
They have an annual Thanksgiving food thing going on where they pass out a lot of like groceries, food, not like the turkey on Thanksgiving Day to the homeless, but and they actually had to shut it down. They actually had to turn people away because there were so many people in need and not enough food.
And it's sad. It's sad that unfortunately, we're still seeing recovery efforts going on from Harvey, and Harvey's still paying a devastating toll on people.
And, it's been bring out the bingo cards. I grew up overseas, so a lot of stuff in America, I kind of look on it as an outsider looking in just because I didn't grow up with it. And Americans are just so darned resilient. It just staggers me that, much like these Puerto Ricans who, this guy who had no water. He was giving the last of his water away to some gringo, because like, oh, you're thirsty. And same thing with this, that there is so much devastation, so much fallout, so much aftermath from Harvey. And I'm laughing it off because I'm in a hotel that FEMA's paying for. And I got, insurance check, and I'm paying the contractor, and he's sending me daily photos of my walls and my floors. And I'm going to be spending Christmas inside my house because I had the foresight or the luck to have my flood insurance. And I called FEMA in time to get a hotel room and stuff. And so I'm one of the lucky guys. And a lot of people out there still paying it. But you know what? We don't whine about it every day, especially in Texas. You notice that?
Yeah. Well, you don't hear much about what's really going on. Like, I'm curious to see from the city of Houston and what the mayor's office is doing. Like, I don't hear much about, what's going to happen with that section on Highway 6. I know parts down in the Baytown area over there that got hit really hard. I know they were talking about recovery efforts taking over a year, but I haven't heard anything about it.
I believe it. Because we are months later. This happened the end of August.
We're still recovering from the Astros winning the World Series.
Right.
I'm a little ticked
on
the Astros news here. Yeah, there's they just released the 2018 season schedule, and I have a strong belief in the fact that if you win any sort of championship, and the NFL does this, the NFL is really good about this. If you win the championship the following year, you should start your season at home to unveil the banners, to hand out the championship rings, all that sort of stuff. And it frustrates me that, and I understand it's a long season and it's going to happen no matter what, but I think you should start the next season at home if you win the championship. And they're starting on the road. And more frustrating, they're starting on the road in Dallas. You can't tell me we couldn't transition that game from Dallas to Houston?
Well, they didn't let us do it last time.
What last time?
They tried to, remember when the hurricane happened, they requested a venue change for the Astros?
Yeah, we played 6 games in Tampa.
But no, also the Rangers didn't want to do it.
Well, yeah, I think the Rangers had some sort of. Well, the Rangers are terrible. Dallas is awful. If you're listening worldwide,
is that how we're just finishing that up?
We're finishing
Dallas bad. Dallas bad. Houston good. Strong. Dallas sucks.
Did you hear about this submarine? The Argentinian submarine.
I saw that, but tell me about it. I saw the headline, but I didn't read it.
Yeah, so this submarine went under, and on November 15th, they reported a battery failure, and it hasn't been seen since. There's been 7 countries that
didn't go to the supercharge station?
Nope, they didn't go to the supercharge station. So 7 countries have been out scouring the southeastern.
Wow. Like the hunt for Red October?
Yeah.
Now these guys have oxygen?
Well, they're saying they might be running out soon. Mathematically, they could be. It's a 44-member crew. Yeah, and it's off the South Atlantic coast of Argentina.
Boy, I hope, this is like one of those movies. I hope they rescue these guys in time. I grew up Navy. My father was a naval officer, so I grew up on ships and stuff. And I went into a submarine once, and you just feel the closeness of it. I'm not a claustrophobic person, but I felt claustrophobic in a submarine. And just it takes a special breed of man or woman to actually knowingly go underwater.
I think you just need to relax,
chill.
And after about a week in this horrifying contained soup can, everything will seem to be bigger after you lose like 10 pounds because you're so afraid to eat. And depressed.
Sweat.
So
I think it would be really cool.
Do you think if you lived on a submarine, would you start shrinking?
No, you wouldn't start shrinking.
You sure?
Yeah.
Isn't that how it works?
Did you see...
when you think smaller, you become smaller, right?
That's it. Did you see Das Boot?
Yeah.
There's this Wolfgang Petersen did this long submarine movie from the German perspective. What's the actor's name? Jürgen Bronk now or something. He played the star. Anyhow, to make it as realistic as possible, he literally kept the cast. They filmed it chronologically, and he kept the cast out of sunlight for like 8 months. I mean, literally, they could not go outside, so they're getting paler and paler and stuff. And he made them like pretty much live in this little.
As an actor, you talking to you, Skippy.
Yeah.
I take you're not an actor, right?
No.
They
To
could
make
act.
sure. Is there just a certain length people would be willing to go as an actor for looking for roles? Because I feel like a guy, I can just totally see a guy getting an audition call for this movie and no idea what Das Boot is, whatever. He's like, hey, we need an extra. You need to be, it's German, looking like a European, basically. And you're not going to have any speaking roles. It's just you're going to be operating a technical submarine. The guy's like, maybe I could do that. Yeah, it'd be fine. And then you get there and like, oh, I got the part. It's wonderful. And they're sitting in the big room, and it's the director's like, all right, here's the deal, guys. 8 months, no sunlight. What? Excuse me? And then I don't have any roles. So I have to be. No, everyone has to be here. You're a team. You're a, whatever they call it. What do they call the whole submarine? And I could totally see some poor soul for 8 months. It's like, I'm gonna go crazy, and I'm not even saying anything.
Well, the book
I'm
from
just
earlier,
sitting here.
It's not worth it.
It's always about the contract. Now, here's the thing. First, a lot of actors, the first question they ask is, who's the director? Is that'll determine. Wolfgang Peterson? I'm on.
Well, no, like, see, to me, to give you an idea too, it's like if I want to do a Daniel Day-Lewis movie, I'm a side actor. I'm an extra, not necessarily an extra, but like a supporting actor. I feel like you have to mentally prepare to do a movie with Daniel Day-Lewis because of how extreme he is. That reporting of like,
what you're getting into.
I feel like there's only certain actors that'd be willing to do that, because some actors I can totally see like, you know what, I could do this, or I could do CSI Miami for a year. And I think that might be a little easier on my, my entire well-being. I just can't imagine working for those kind of directors and this, like, man, just imagine 8 months without sunlight. And for what? Like, it's not like you're.
Oh, it's a heck of a movie.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Because it was realistic. No, here's the thing. It's
because the risk isn't there. Because what happens if that movie just fails? There's a bunch of movies that have failed, and they've done some extreme, pre-production and things like that.
Well, and it's not like if you have to spend inside for 8 months, you can't do anything else. You can't work on any other projects. And then after the
most feature films you couldn't anyways. I mean, it's 20-hour days.
Yeah, but then after that movie is done, it's out, you've shot it, it's whatnot. Yeah, then you're a pale monster walking the streets. You look like Skippy.
With an extra 10.
Well, then you
with an extra 10 million bucks.
You get actors like you get actors like Sean Connery, who clearly likes to run the show when he's on set. So it's like, don't waste my time. This is what
don't make eye contact. Yeah, and that's where you get the writers and stuff. Now, most extras and background extras, they are literally paid by the day. And it's like, I think the SAG minimum is $60 a day.
But in Das Boot, because I've seen Das Boot, there's a bunch, I mean, I would say 20% of the actors do not say a thing.
But they're not extras because they were there.
They're there every day. So they're required to be there for 8 months. But they don't have any speaking roles. That's like, you just gotta look scared. Like, okay,
And how much are you paying for me for this? You betcha, I'll look scared.
Yeah, and after sitting inside for 8 months, I bet you
that
look
was an
scared.
independent movie, though. So I don't think they got paid a lot.
Well, you got to get paid in scale. But here's the thing: you can't have an extra.
I don't know about
you can't sign up an extra
because that was in a foreign country.
Huh?
I think that doesn't apply across the country. Does it?
No, but I mean, each major country has their version of SAG, their actors union. And so, yeah, you hire extras by the day or by the week at the most, because you can't rely on, they're only getting $60 a day and they're in the back of the line for the catering table. So, there is a pecking order there at the bottom of it.
Well, and that was what's interesting about the Arrival movie. The Arrival movie didn't have that many people in it. A lot of the scenes, it was just like her walking in a field.
How are the CGI? Because that's where you can tell where the money went.
It was simple because there's a lot of fog.
There you go.
So I'm saying like after watching the movie, I was like, this is kind of a simple movie. Like this is kind of nice, and at least all the shock and awe was believable because how simple it seemed. And it was like, I think total cast, there's probably 12 speaking roles in the movie.
Okay. Interesting.
And that includes like, if I bought a coffee at the coffee shop lady goes, would you like cream and sugar? Like that includes a speaking role.
Right, yeah.
There really wasn't that many.
See, I think I could handle one of those roles in a movie. Would you like cream and sugar?
Would you like wine with your cheese? But I love, if you've ever seen any of the John Carpenter documentaries about how he made his films, I wholeheartedly encourage it. It's usually on like the extras of his DVDs, where they'd have a certain amount of money, so he'd have to cheat some stuff. And I love those low budget things.
I think there's even a parody in Loaded Weapon about that, where they have to pay extra if depending on how many lines you have. So in the scene, like everyone keeps going, well, how much extra do we get paid? Yeah, how much extra do we get paid? It's like, no, seriously, tell us. And like they keep asking. So like everyone in the room and even people coming through the door, like, yeah, how much and stuff like that. And now they're like, yeah, we have to pay everyone here, $30,000 or something.
There's actually a list of sounds that you can and can't make as an extra where you don't get paid extra.
Well, that's what they were saying.
And any extra who tries to say, hey, I'm going to say a line and they'll have to pay me. You will never be an extra again. They will kick you out.
You're listening to Mornings Lone Star. We got to take a music break, folks, so we'll be back for a bit. We still got till 11 o'clock, so stick around. Hope you guys have been enjoying it. This show is brought to you by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. CleanSweepOfficeCleaning.com. And also Conroe Coffee, treats and drinks in downtown Conroe on 206 North Main. You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio. We'll be back.
Won't you tell me, is that healthy, baby? Did you know?
Clean Sweep Office Cleaning has been Montgomery County's business cleaning service since 2002. Offering professional office cleaning in areas such as restroom, stairwells, elevator, floor care, pretty much every angle of your office. One-time cleaning is available, but you will want these guys back. Offering daily, weekly, monthly scheduled cleanings, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning works around your business needs. Schedule a cleaning today online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Between the Crichton Theater and the Owen Theater, Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with tasty treats and Italy's favorite coffee. Have your favorite coffee or just have a midday snack be personally delivered to you at any location in downtown Conroe. All you have to do is call 936-CONROE-C or 936-266-7632.
We'd like to thank our sponsor at Conroe Coffee for supporting Mornings with Lone Star and Lone Star Community Radio. Don't forget to check them out online at conroecoffee.com. All right. I'll get in that one real soon. Welcome back, Mornings with Lone Star here at IR Lone
played
Star.
the long version of that song.
You know what? We do that here sometimes.
Sometimes we have to go to the bathroom. We can play Freebird, Stairway to Heaven, Hey Jude.
And now Tainted Love.
And now the long version of Tainted
So.
Love. That's where we go next door and get some Conroe coffee.
All right, we got 5 minutes left, folks. We're just going to do close out our thoughts on LeVar Ball.
Yeah.
I say he is a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. He colluded with Trump and said, let's create this.
He's Russian?
Let's create
Is
this
it LeVar
hysteria.
LeVar Ballovich?
If anything could go down as he even told his son to steal something.
I wouldn't put it past that.
Right.
But you had a specific question. What was your specific question? Do you remember?
Yeah, what is balling up or what's the
Big
company?
Baller Brand?
Big Baller Brand.
It's a shoe athletic clothing line now because they're expanding to the clothes. It's also now a television show.
Of course it is.
They're the new Kardashians essentially. As the Kardashians.
But the worst thing
you
about
used the K word on the air.
I did. The
well,
K word.
their strategy it has a lot more chances to fail because the Kardashians never were put on a pedestal of judging on talent. It wasn't like they
got their start because of a sex tape.
What I mean
that the mother released.
They got their start because they just showed up, and that's it.
That's it.
But like the Ball problem with them is what happens if all three of their sons suck at basketball?
Well, the funny thing is that the most talented one is the youngest, and so talk about throwing a lot of pressure on the youngest. Still in high school, still going through this whole.
But Dad, I want to be a lawyer. Shut up.
Yeah,
throw the ball.
Go play ball. The oldest is we're seeing the struggles that a lot of people thought he was going to have transitioning to the NBA level. So, and the middle child, the one that got caught stealing, he probably won't make it in the NBA. So,
well,
now is that Jake, official basketball?
Yeah, like
Jake's from Short Stock?
that's my opinion, and on all three of them. The youngest will be the superstar of the three. The oldest, the one that's currently in there right now, Lonzo, will be a career player, but he'll never be anything special. And then the middle child probably won't ever make it.
Okay.
So-
Well, now I know what
Well,
not
there
to
we
buy
go.
this Christmas.
But that's
Big
the
Baller
Ball
Brand.
family at its finest.
Might have to check out that show. Just to give everyone a heads up, tomorrow we do have a special guest.
We suckered someone into coming into the
I know,
studio.
right before Thanksgiving. You know, there's actually a good article about her in the Courier from the 20th. We're gonna have the very own Shannon Overby from the Conroe Visitors Bureau in the studio, and that's gonna be tomorrow morning, I believe, at 10 o'clock. So stick around for that. That's gonna be a good.
Lots of good stuff on the
good
horizon
interview.
for Conroe.
So, yeah, if you're just now joining us, we are Mornings of Lone Star. You can catch us on podcasts on iTunes and Google Play, and also on YouTube. And yeah,
What do they
Anything
just
else?
like catching the last 5 minutes of the show? You know,
yeah, way to go, guys!
We
Way
saved
just
the
to
best.
show up.
They're like, if they're saving the best for last, we are hosed.
that's like when you intentionally show up late for the party because you don't have a present for that person, so you show up after present time. So that way you don't have to give the person a present. Y'all never
Is that
done
what you do? It sounds like that's what you do.
Y'all never done that?
No, I've always bring a present, or I don't go.
Well, same thing.
Do we need to
Are you
bring-
one of those snack tray kind of guys? It's like, well, I gotta go. So what kind of snacks they got?
Yeah.
Well, as in, will the snack tray break or make whether I go?
I can totally see you doing. Not you, but like someone doing is they know.
You beat me.
So no, not you, because I don't know. Like basically, you go to the grocery store, get a card, fill it out, go, and then you walk into the busy party. You find the present that just has a card slid in under the ribbon, and you just boop boop, and then
I have never sung that. I've been tempted to sing that low before, but no, not yet.
I think that'd be pretty slick.
I reserve all
If I
comment.
was sitting there drinking and having a drink, and I'm like, "Would that guy just switch out the card?" I'm like, that's pretty slick.
Would you say something? I would. I would wait to see.
I know. I would go there and make sure it's not my gift, and then I'd be like, "Hey, man, I'm on to you."
I see you.
Add my name to it too.
That's pretty funny.
So, okay, I got a question here. Now, you're getting ready to get married here within the next year.
yeah,
No, there is such a thing as a bridal shower. There is such a thing as a bachelor party, but there's no such thing as a wedding shower.
I feel like you can do whatever you want.
I got invited to. Okay, but if you have a
I'm
wedding
not kidding
shower,
you. There's so many cultures that clash with this.
if
Like,
you have
can
a
do whatever
wedding
you
shower, and it's like you're expecting a gift for the wedding shower, do I have to get you something for your wedding as well?
want. No.
I think the wedding shower it's the same registration. It should be.
Thank you.
No,
It's
from what I
not.
understood
Ooh,
was
no,
you could
no.
bring your gift. That means you don't have to bring a gift to the wedding.
No. There's two different registrations. There
Well,
was stack because the theme of this wedding shower yesterday or on Sunday was.
Then you just say you money grabbing.
Well, no,
Right?
I told the groom. I said, I'm not getting you a present for your wedding. This is the present. And he was like, "That's fine. This isn't my idea. This is hers."
Well, you
Yeah,
need to
the
do,
guys don't come on with that.
Well, if someone try to propose something, like you give them something that's really inconvenient. Like you give them a frozen hamburger patty pack, and then you don't tell anybody. And so when because people are real lazy about opening gifts and like, oh, put it in the car, put it over here. Like, what's that smell? This is really strange. And they open it up, it's like, oh man, it's thawed meat. And then
I'd be the guy. Hey,
thawed meat?
hey, I got you this butter knife. You registered for it. We registered for the whole silverware set. Well, shut up.
You
Just take
said
what
silverware. This is silverware.
Yeah, this is silverware.
Boom.
Yeah, I don't think you need to bring a gift to any.
well, what's
You
the
have
most
to bring
useful piece of silverware?
Useful?
The butter knife?
the spork.
Spork.
No,
It's what
spork-
separates us from the monkeys.
If anything, that's the most useful. What's the most?
Oh, I thought you said useful. Useless.
yeah, useless.
the,
Probably said useful, but
You did.
Yeah.
but-
I,
the shrimp fork, that little dinky fork, like a little
Yeah,
trident
that
that's
might be
like
the most-
2 inches long.
A nutcracker.
Oh no, I gotta have a nutcracker.
Ah,
I gotta have a nutcracker. I'm Mr. Mixed Nuts. Out of the shell. Papa. Hours on end. That's my thing.
talking about nuts, making those hand motions.
That's making
we
the-
should get a break on that.
Cracking my
no,
nuts.
we're out of here, folks. Thanks for tuning in to Mornings of Lone Star here at irlonestar.com and Conroe's FM 1045, 1061. Special thanks to our Mornings of the Lone Star sponsors, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. CleanSweepOfficeCleaning.com. And, of course, Conroe Coffee. Treats and drinks in downtown Conroe at 206 North Main. It is 10:56. Check out irlonestar.com/show calendar for the rest of the lineup for today. It is Thanksgiving, folks, and it's getting colder. We can't wait to see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. on Mornings with Lone Star. We'll see you later.
My power, my pleasure, my pain, baby. To me, I'm like a grown addiction.
Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question or comment about one of our shows? Just contact the station on irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with Lone Star Community Radio.
Thanks for checking out this podcast of Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's community radio station. If you enjoyed this recording, make sure to check out our past shows online at irlonestar.com or their respective video or podcast formats on YouTube, Google Play, or iTunes. If you have any questions regarding the show, either it being about sponsorships or questions for the host, contact the station manager at dick@irlonestar.com or call the station at 936-647-3776. This show was recorded in downtown Conroe, Texas at the Lone Star Community Radio Studios, and Lone Star Community Radio reserves all rights to this recording and images.